Tonight, preparations are underway for a very special birthday surprise. There'll be presents galore for one lucky boy. I'm in hallowed surroundings because this is Lord's, the stately home of English cricket, a long way from the first home of the man I'm hoping to catch. Nearly 40 years ago, he set sail from his birthplace in the West Indies to make a new life in England. For many of his fellow travellers, it was a journey of hope that ended in disappointment. He faced his own share of hostility, but he overcame all that with a charm and style that made him famous.
Love thy neighbour.
A busy performer, he always finds time to team up with friends to indulge their passion for the noble art of cricket. They're part of my game plan today. These are some members of the charity team, the Bunburys, here to witness my delivery of red leather. And Fraser Hines, what fun. Now, this is a very timely event, isn't it?
Yeah, today he's 60 not out, and unfortunately that's not his batting average, is it, fellas? But no, seriously, he's a great guy, and we wouldn't miss this for the world. He thinks he's coming here for a little interview with the Bunburys, but we know better, don't we?
We certainly do, and the word is he's almost here, so I'll get out.
I'm out of breath. Hang on. Now make a wish. Close your eyes and make a wish. Have you wished?
She isn't here, though.
Somebody is.
Yes. She may not be here, but there are...
Oh, yes.
This may not be the first thing you wish for, but it's all been arranged so I can bowl up and say, Rudolph Walker, tonight, this is your life. And you were expecting a quiet night in, weren't you?
Where is she?
Just be a little patient for a moment more. Gathered around tonight, as you see, Rudolph, family and friends, including a Bunbury or two, and a talented lineup from your day job in TV and theatre. And here, the head party planner, your wife, Dawn. Well, Dawn, let us start with romance. You fell for the lovely Rudolph when you were in the Caribbean.
Yes, it's after I returned after 30 years for the first time 5 years ago. I think it has something to do with the steel band and the sun. Well, although we've known each other for more than 20 years, my dad and him are best of pals. In fact, he calls my dad Pops and my dad calls him Son, surprisingly enough. And it just happened from there on. And we have been inseparable or insufferable ever since.
But the result of all that was you were married on August the 28th, 1998. Guests of honour at your wedding, Rudolph, were your children from your marriage to your first wife, Lorna, your daughter, Shona, and your son, Darius. So, Rudolph Walker, this is your life. For the past 35 years, you've shown your versatility as an actor in a whole range of roles.
One day, Radio Trinidad advertised for a boy soprano. Young Frank Gladstone going to be a star, they said. And I would have been, but for two things.
And what were they?
My testicles, sir. They dropped on the way to the auditions.
There's a lot of things about the white man you've not learned yet.
Tell me, oh great wise paleface.
They use us. It's our country, our copper they rip from the land, or oil, or bauxite. We have given years of slavery, built their factories, worked their machines, and watched while the white man took away the profit.
Listen to him now. Hey, he is a real desperado. Hey, where's your name? Zorro or Jesse James?
Farewell, my lord.
Farewell, Desdemona. I'll come to thee straight.
I'm not having you angry about my wife.
No, mine.
Right.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, watch this. Mohammed.
And you made your name in that series, Love Thy Neighbour. You played Bill, who gives as good as he gets to the bigoted Eddie. Your old TV enemy is about to go on stage tonight, but as ever, he has something to get off his chest. Jack Smethurst.
Hi, Rudy. Do you remember one Christmas when you and I were going to be the pin-up boys for the front cover of the TV Times, the black and white Father Christmas? The only trouble was you were in Munich, making a film with Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. So I had to fly out to join you for the photo shoot. And I nearly got arrested at Munich airport. The local police didn't take too kindly to an English actor running about in a full-length Father Christmas outfit in the middle of August. However, we did meet up, and we did get that picture. And here's the proof. What do you think? Not bad, eh? Rudy, you're a fine actor, a great guy, and you've achieved so much. All the best, mate. Have a great night. Shalom.
Now, you're hitting the big time leg to lengthy celebrations back in Trinidad. Among your fans was another of the island's finest exports, and we go over now to the studios of ITN for this report from Sir Trevor MacDonald.
Rudy, many, many congratulations on your tribute tonight. You thoroughly deserve it. Even as far back as 1969, when I first came from Trinidad, I knew very well that you were an extremely talented actor. But like millions of other people, I knew that for sure when you did Love Thy Neighbour. Now, that couldn't have been very easy, but you did it with great style and with great charm. You're one of the most versatile actors I know, and I've always admired the way that you immerse yourself in whatever you're doing, your dedication. I know that you're now dedicated these days to establishing a theatre workshop for young people in Trinidad, where we both come from. Now, that's very typical of you because you've never forgotten your roots. I was delighted when you asked me for my help. Have a great evening. I admire you, and I salute you.
Thank you, Trevor. Now, Rudolph, you were born 60 years ago this very day. You were brought up by your late mother, Carmen Bishop, at the family home, number 10, 10th Street, Barataria, Trinidad, with your younger sisters, Francilla and Dawn. 13 years after you made your home in England, Francilla settled in America.
I'm here tonight to say happy birthday, big brother.
Flown in from Virginia with her husband Louis, your sister Francilla, with your sister Dawn. Dawn, you're not here to say happy birthday, Rudolph.
No, because in our family, we call each other by our middle names. I'm Veronica, Francilla is Eileen, Rudolph is Malcolm. Happy birthday, Malcolm.
You can call me Terry, all right? But just so that I won't get mad, we'll stick to the first names. Francilla, was Rudolph a good brother?
Yes, Rudolph was a very good brother. He was the big brother who played the role of safely crossing us across the road, and also at night he will plait our hair.
Not many brothers would do that. At the age of 5, you go to an infant school run by your Aunt Tanty Morton. And when you're 8, you go to Barataria English Catholic School. Your best friend is George Joseph. George lived over here in the 60s, but eventually returned to Trinidad. And tonight he is our guide on a tour of your birthplace, which opens with a timely greeting from family and friends, led by singer David Rudder.
Well, Rudolph, this one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rudolph. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, Rudy. Greetings from Trinidad. Remember this building? Our old school, Barataria EC? Well, we are here again. And here's another friend, Clueless Warner.
Remember Sunday school at the Gospel Hall? You were always so well dressed. The other fellows would take their ties off as soon as they were out of sight of their parents, but you dared not, because you were afraid that your mother would tell you off. We all called you Prim Prim, because you were always so prim and proper in your dress.
Happy birthday, Rudy! You remember when you left school and you joined the Whitehall Players and the Company of Players? Well, here is your president, Horace James.
You remember this old building? Well, it used to be where we met. In those days, it was the British Consul's office. Now it is the Prime Minister's office. And we used to have plays here and rehearsals and meetings here.
This is the government printery. When you left school, this was where you came to study as an apprentice. And here's one of your old colleagues who taught you the trade, Mr. Errol Anthony.
Remember when you worked here and you came here telling us one day that, boys, I'm leaving. I'm going to England. I'm going to make it big. I'm going to be a big star. Well, boy, we all said that you were mad. But you have proven otherwise. You have proved to us that we were mad and not you. Well, we are glad for this.
From your friends and your family in Port of Spain and our island home, Trinidad, we all wish you the very best, as we have done in years gone by.
And our tour guide has taken another trip from Trinidad to join the party, your boyhood friend, George Joseph. George, you two hit it off straight away, didn't you?
Almost literally. I came in from the island of Grenada, and the boys poked fun at me and made a joke of my accent. Dear and beloved Rudy here, he was pious, he was quiet, he was peaceful, he was the least offensive of men. And I picked on him, and I struck him. He did not retaliate. And we have been friends from ever since. And I love him, as you can see. Rudy, God bless you.
Thank you very much. Now, leaving Trinidad was a tough decision. You sail in the summer of 1960. The journey takes 2 weeks. When you arrive, you have to find somewhere to stay, and you weren't always given a warm reception, were you?
No, I mean, we had the usual thing of, you know, I'm sorry, but no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
When you telephone one potential landlord, to save time, you decide to tell them in advance that you come from Trinidad.
And I said, oh, that's no problem.
With her husband Jack, your landlady of 30 years ago, Marion Cassin Scott. So, Marion, obviously you made Rudolph welcome.
I saw this notice on the board. You know, we're looking for tenants. So I rang, and obviously, having had so many rejections, I said, make absolutely certain that I am black, I'm from Trinidad. And she said, please come over. We are Jewish. It makes no difference.
Is this how you recall it?
That's right. He came to the door dressed like a city gent with a furled umbrella. So smart. He was fantastic. And we took him, and our children got on with him so well. He used to play with them. He was like family.
And Jack, how long was he with you?
Oh, well, he was with us about 4 years, I think, yes. And you know, we still have the key of the room with your name still on it. But you're not getting it. No, I'm going to auction this after this.
Thank you very much, both.
Okay, bless.
See you later.
You find a job in the printing business as a compositor with Billington Press in London. But the actor inside you is keen to get out. So you join evening drama classes at London City Literary Institute. And there you meet someone who becomes a familiar part of your life.
Hi, Rude. We've been husband and wife at least 5 times already.
A graduate from EastEnders, Mona Hammond. So, Mona, there isn't much you don't know about each other.
Hang on.
He was keen, enthusiastic. We were impoverished and hungry. He is Gentleman Jim because he's polite, hard worker, and a wonderful person. Very generous. And the next time we meet now, we better get divorced on the next play.
Thank you very much. In 1963, you make the move. You give up your job at the Billington Press to concentrate on acting. You do what countless hopefuls have done before you. You tour the country in repertory. It's a struggle. And then it happens. On January the 27th, 1965, you get your first speaking role on television in the BBC play Fable.
You received the movement order.
This morning.
Give me your residential permit and your work permit. Hurry up.
What? Look, if you give...
All residential permits must be surrendered.
What am I going to do?
Work permit?
We've got a joint permit. Just see, look. Oh.
In 1968, you marry for the first time, and in due course, Darius and Shona join the cast of The Walkers. In 1972, you're back on your travels, this time on tour with one of your finest performances as Othello. The title of your next production had a Shakespearean ring to it. It was called Love Thy Neighbour.
Why must we have a poster anyway?
Look, I told you, Barbie. In the first place, there's a by-election next week. In the second place, I vote Conservative. In the third place, it'll get right up the nose of that white honky next door.
Playing the long-suffering wives caught in the crossfire were Kate Williams and Nina Baden-Semper.
A few nights ago.
And Nina, you and Rudolph knew each other before you became his wife. That's it. Yes, yes.
Yes, we did. I mean, I met him on the sort of repertory circuit. Do you remember Benito Sereno? Directed by Jonathan at the Mermaid Theatre. Yes, and then I was delighted when we had cast in the same role because he's a Trinidadian, I'm a Trinidadian. But I must say about this, Rudy is full of fun. He gives a steely exterior, but he's got a lot of fatigue and a lot of things going on there. Rude by name, rude by nature.
Kate, it was more than a TV comedy.
Yeah, it was. I think people tend to forget now that in actual fact it was groundbreaking. This is the first time that in actual fact 2 black actors had equal billing, equal-sized parts with 2 white actors. And yeah, it was an instant success. And the 2 people on my right became instant sex symbols.
Oh, I don't know about sex symbol.
But he's pretty, isn't he?
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Vince Powell and the late Harry Driver's series opened the doors for quite a few performers.
And I'll never forget the warm welcome you gave one new girl.
It's Floella Benjamin. Floella, those were early days for you.
I came to the studio feeling rather anxious because I was going to be appearing in this big hit comedy show. And I was feeling a bit apprehensive and lost because I didn't know anybody. But enter Rudy, who took me under his wing and looked after me. And, you know, I couldn't believe that this big star was taking care of little old me.
Little old me.
But I got to know him and I realized he does it for everyone. He's a real gentleman. And you know, Rudy, there's a lot of actors here tonight who have been inspired by you. You've been a role model to all of us, you know. And like me, they hold you in very, very, very high esteem. We love you, Rudy. Dearly.
Thank you. So, Rudolph, you've become a household name. Darius, was it exciting to be Walker Jr.?
Well, it was always sort of strange. People would want to sort of obviously stop and talk to him in the street, but it didn't really hit home that he was a household name until he organised for some of the EastEnders, when it first started, some of the EastEnders characters to come to my school to open the school fete. And it really wasn't until that day when all my friends were going, that's the chap off the television, and I realised that my dad was an actor, was a household name, so to speak.
And Shona, you found it all a bit confusing.
Yeah, I could never understand how he could fit into such a little box, so I just used to keep running around the back to try and catch him, but obviously I didn't.
Well, with your TV career humming along, you decided to try your hand as a pop star. In 1975, you team up with a singer yes. In 1975, you team up with the singer who went on to score hits like Electric Avenue and I Don't Want to Dance. That was Eddie Grant, of course. And here is the song. Producer E. Grant, singer R. Walker, the title Reggae Woman.
So stop and listen, you reggae woman, 'cause I want you close to me.
Now back to the drama. In 1984, you take on another groundbreaking role as a lawyer in the drama series Black Silk. Playing your wife, again, was Mona Hammond, but this time there was an added love interest.
Don't tell me it's a matter of hard work and determination.
I wasn't going to.
You know, there are forces working against me because of the color of my skin. I know it's all so bloody obvious, but it has to be said. It has to be said again and again. It has to be shouted from the rooftops.
Playing opposite you there, Kika Markham.
I just want to say, like a lot of other people have said here tonight, how proud we are of you. And although you've got the most wickedest sense of humour, the great thing about you is that you've never lost your ideals. And it's really such a privilege for me to have been your friend for all this long time.
Bless you. Thank you, Kika Markham. Well, Rudolph, you can never complain about typecasting. In 1988, you played Caliban in The Tempest at the Old Vic, and in 1991, you were voted Best Actor by the magazine Time Out for your role as the King in The King of England. Always a warm-hearted man, in 1992, you take on yet another screen wife in the police drama Between the Lines with Donna Kroll. Now, Donna, this wasn't your only marriage to Rudolph.
Oh, no, no. I've been married to Rudolph several times. It's 3 years later, after Between the Loins, as it was called, we then worked together on a play called Victor and the Ladies. And he played this man, Victor, who had 7 wives. And it was too good to last, because in the end he died. But what a way to go, Rudolph.
Well, it's back to situation comedy in 1995 when you play one of the bungling boys in uniform in The Thin Blue Line. In 1997, you're on stage at Chichester in Electra and at the Old Vic in 1998 for the award-winning The Iceman Cometh. You've always been a very keen cricketer, and since 1980, you've been a regular with the Bunbury team run by David English. David, has Rudolph been an asset to the side?
He's a wonderful, wonderful player, and he's actually helped us raise £6 million, Michael, for worthwhile causes and charities, and he's a very integral part to the whole Bunbury spirit.
I have a feeling that you'd be quite willing to swap your success as an actor for international stardom in your beloved Summer Game.
Keep your eye on the ball, Rudolph. We're looking for a good all-rounder.
Former captain of the West Indies, Clive Lloyd. So, Clive, is he in with the chance?
No, I think we'll have to do a lot of work with him, actually.
In what department?
Oh, all no, I've known Rudy for over 15 years, and I'm a great fan of his as an actor. And I'm sure that, you know, we've done a lot of work over the years for the community, and so many times we've been to functions, and still I have to buy all the drinks. And I keep telling him that I am just Clive Lloyd. I'm no family. I'm a very distant relative to Lloyd's Bank. So I'm hoping tonight that he will rectify that situation.
We'll see.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Now, through all your success in this country, you've never forgotten your birthplace, where you first dreamed of being an actor. Now you're using your wealth of experience to help young talent both here and in your native Trinidad. Someone who's speaking up for your efforts in the Caribbean is one of the West Indies' most familiar voices. More than 25 years ago, he helped you make your record.
And I didn't want to miss this party tonight.
Flown in from his home in Barbados, Eddie Grant. Eddie, it's very good to see you, but it's a long way to come to say happy birthday.
Not for Rudolph, man. Rudolph's a giant. I must tell you, you are fantastic. You are the greatest thing that has come out of the Caribbean in terms of acting in this country. Yourself, along with Norman Beaton, as you know, who's now not with us. You've walked across racial lines in this country. You've done tremendous things for our youth. You're a true Caribbean man. We're proud of you. I want to tell you that the Caribbean wants to see this. They love you. I love you too.
Rudolph Walker, this is your life.